Hello, conversationists. Yeah, welcome back to our platform. If you're just joining us, I say a very big welcome to you. This is your first time of stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. And I hope you don't just get to stop by. I hope you get yourself into the family and be acquainted with our work on this platform. Yeah. So we are still reviewing Kemi Adetiba's To Kill a Monkey on My Own Terms. And yes, I'm not here to do a review on the costumes. I chose not to. The actors, the scenarios, the cast, the lightnings, and all the whatnots that goes into movie production. I'm here about relating what I see in the movie with contemporary society or what happens in our society and why I think we should be looking beyond the buzz and the popularity the movie gets. I wasn't really moved by the popularity because for a long time, even though I know the movie was there, I wasn't eager to watch it just yet. I had apart from the fact that I had other preoccupations. So yeah, that's it. If you've not watched it, you've not gone to see that movie, you might want to do that. Yeah, so that you get a clearer view and a better understanding of what the movie is about because this review doesn't necessarily do justice to what has been acted in the series To Kill a Monkey by yours truly, Kemi Adetiba. Well done, ma'am. That was a very, very, very amazing and thought-provoking movie that you wrote, produced, directed, and produced yourself. Great job. So I have titled this particular part 6. Now, this is part 6. And I have titled it, When You Realize You Are All Alone. When you realize you're all alone. When you realize that all the while you were going out of your way, being the sacrificial lamb, being the one who stands in front of the camera and not behind it. When you realize you were a prisoner of gratitude, sacrificing yourself. When you realize you were a prisoner, you are a people pleaser. You were people pleasing people whom at the end of the day, nobody gets to remember that. All they remember is that you made a mess of everything. All they remember is that you orchestrated the death of a boss. Did he really? Did he? Because at the end of that movie, I'm asking myself, when Nosa comes to prison to serve Efemeni the divorce papers and for his signature so that she can have access to his offshore accounts that was not discovered, when they raided his house, arrested him and all of that and freezed his accounts that they could find and his properties. Did she realize that her boss was killed to protect her and the children? Did she realize that she wasn't putting on black mourning because someone in dilemma, her husband, had to make a choice? He got himself in a world where he didn't fit in. I mean, the world of a boss, the boss. And what's his name again? Teacher. And all the other scamming gangs that we did not get to see. You name it. Because she's walking in like, and I see the way she's looking at him through the prison door. She's giving him the divorce papers and all. And she's still blaming him. But guess what? She's living under the illusion that he's a problem, and yet she contradicts herself because she's enjoying the wealth but still complaining about the husband. He's this, everything he touches is dirty and all. And she wouldn't leave the wealth. And she dares to buy an expensive bag of over 30 million just to spite someone from the past at a fashion mall, and still blaming the man. How much of a hypocrite is she really? How much of a hypocrite is she? Do you think she's not do you think her to be one, or what's your thoughts? Like, what do you think about her? Obos, or rather, Efemeni is alone. Does Odia really know how her husband got to die? Does it really matter now? That's what you ask. Because it does. For me, it does. He's all alone after everything. Miss Sparkle? Okay, she felt betrayed. And then she goes to the point where she's testifying against him. I mean, he was going to settle in with her, right? He was going to abandon her and move with his family that no longer wanted him. I mean, the part of his family that no longer wanted him was his wife, not the children, though. And then let's look at Evie. Evie despises him. Now, this is what I write about Evie. I write about her as that child that plays the blame game of her stupidity on her father. Everything that goes on wrong in her life, it's her dad. I mean, let's go to way back when she escapes her aunt's husband who tries to rape her. I wouldn't say, because when we use the term force himself on, that's euphemism, right? Trying to say something unpleasant in a pleasant way. But the reality is he tries to rape her, right? And she runs away and goes back to her father. When they make a little wealth, make some money, a whole lot of money, not small money, not little. She finds love in the eyes of Ubos the boss and weeps when the relationship ends, when he says he can't leave his wife. Like, I looked at the girl like, excuse you? You think Ubos the boss is going to leave Idia, the Idiamite, to be with you? He knows you're not as tough in the heart as Idia is. You're just a little girl, 20. Because when she runs away, she's 16. 4 years later, she's 20, probably heading to 21. Gets pregnant and all that, and then when she realizes the father is behind Obozo's death, she despises him and calls him all sorts of names and blames him for everything. That's a child who complains, is taken out of the situation and given the life that probably she deserves. And then she misuses it. And when she can't do the right thing but be responsible enough, she does what we call the blame game. Blaming the father because she had the opportunity to make better choices now that there was money, right? She also rejects him. Everybody rejects him. Everyone rejects him. Everyone. He's alone. In that aloneness, there's something the writer does in this movie. The beginning of the movie, for me, all I feel, I am tensed. The ending of the movie, I am tensed. I am broken. I reflect. Again, we are back to people pleasing and the prison of gratitude. Compromise. People pleasing. Only to realize that when it gets dark, you stand alone. And none of the characters remembers how trustworthy and faithful he had been from the start until the end. That is, nobody remembers from number 1 to 99. All that is remembered is the 100th decision that he made wrong. Nobody asks the why. And he stands in that law court. Before going to the court, you can see how drained he is. And I'm tempted to tie this to the part 5 of my review, where I asked the question,